Did you ever get physical with a family member over something they said? Yes, and I don't regret it. When I was 17, I lost my dad to a work-related accident, and I was devastated. I had to go live with my mom and my stepdad, who had two of his own kids. I was very depressed since I had lost both my parent and my best friend at the same time, so I was going to therapy and doing my best to deal with it. But the one thing I couldn't control was my depressive episodes when I would lose my appetite and want to do anything. My stepdad hated this and thought that I was setting a bad example for his kids. He would make passive-aggressive comments, talking about how I'm using my grief as an excuse to be lazy and stay at home. I was still going to school and my part-time work, but he never factored that in. He also wouldn't let me eat dinner late at night if I didn't eat at 8 a.m. sharp. My mom worked as a nurse and only had night shifts, so she was never there to intervene. I talked to her about my stepdad a couple times, which made him ease up, but then he would go right back to it thinking my mom had forgotten about it. Honestly, I was so depressed and hated the drama, so I decided to just take all the torment and forget about standing up for myself. My stepdad knew I liked eating ice cream when I would get really sad, so he gave all the ice cream we had to his own kids and refused to buy more. I used my own money to buy some strawberry ice cream and stashed it in my private section of the fridge. But then, at knee day, when I had skipped dinner and came downstairs to eat ice cream at 2 a.m., my stepdad was waiting for me. He started laying into me, calling me lazy again, and said I was a disgrace to his house. He said that whenever I skipped dinner for ice cream, I was influencing his kids to become disobedient and teaching them disrespect. I kindly told him to leave me alone and that I would be gone in a few months. This is when he crossed the line. I don't get how you're taking so long to get over that pathetic excuse of a man. I would have understood if he was a good example, but he was poor and so blind that he didn't notice his own wife cheating on him. It shouldn't take you more than a couple days to get over his death. I paused, looked at his smirking face, and lost control in a way that I never had. I grabbed a nearby teacup and smashed it over his face. Then I stood over him as he clutched his head and kept punching his stomach while telling him to take back his words. I wasn't bigger than him by any means, but my anger made it so that I didn't hold back on my fists, and I'm sure they hurt him. Eventually, he blurted out an apology, so I stopped and went back to my room with some ice cream. The next day, my mother asked him what happened, but he was too ashamed to admit he got beat up by a kid he was trying to discipline. He lied and said he fell down the stairs and talked about my dad ever again.